This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast and the Becker Business Minute Podcast. Here are 9 stories we're following today on February 22nd, 2023. First, one of the fascinating stories we're seeing, in addition to, I'll start with this instead. U.S. indexes, the markets got hammered yesterday, and some of these other stories will follow from that. The Nasdaq was down 2.5%, the S&P down 2%, the Dow down 2.06%. So generally just a horrendous day in the markets yesterday on Tuesday the 21st. Wall Street Journal article on this: high bond yields rattle stock market optimist. There's also other news. Walmart, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, Walmart and Home Depot reporting that the consumer is getting weary, that they see softening spend from the consumers. A lot of things that rattled the stock market yesterday. Second, a similar sort of a noise or signal, BlackRock overweights Treasuries emerging market stocks, essentially says that the great run in the U.S. stock market is slowing for the time being. Safe to put money in Treasuries that are yielding very high amounts, at least by traditional standards, 6-month, 1-year Treasuries, and also looking at some more of the growth coming in emerging markets and foreign markets, China and others, versus the U.S., sort of a telltale sign. Third, the 10-year Treasury yield rose to almost 4%, again, signaling to the market, to Wall Street, that the Fed is not expected to retrench on rate raises anytime soon. Fourth, Bitcoin up nearly 40% year to date, but fell yesterday to $24,200 or so. We'll see how that goes. Fifth, at least at this point, markets pointing a little bit down today after it's been a bad week in the markets, but pointing down again, or a bad week or so in the market past several days. Sixth, oil on recession fears falling down to about $75 a barrel. Seventh story we're following is what we'd call canaries in the coal mine, which is reported on some of this yesterday. Commercial office landlords starting to find themselves in trouble with lower occupancies and higher interest rates. Second, car consumers increase default rates on car loans. And finally, third, Walmart cuts a 2023 forecast on greater concerns about consumer health. And the consumers are 66% of the economy, so as the consumer goes, so goes the economy. Some concerns there that these are leading indicators that the economy could be moving into a more challenging spot. Eighth, Home Depot dropped 7% yesterday on very similar issues that Walmart is discussing, that essentially consumer confidence, consumer health moving in the wrong direction. Finally, the 1-year Treasury moved up to 5+%. And again, this is another thing that leads people to say, I may as well put my money in Treasuries where they feel relatively safe and earning 5% versus literally the 0% the 1 year was earning about a year ago. So those are some of the stories we're following currently at Becker Private Equity Business, Becker Business Minute. Thank you for listening, and thank you to the amazing Grace Keller, who's producing today. Thank you very, very much.